Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting question. Why airplanes don't fall from the sky. Many people look at an airplane flying high in the sky and wonder how such a heavy machine can stay in the air. Some airplanes weigh more than 100,000 kilograms, yet they fly thousands of meters above the ground. So how is this possible? To understand this, lift, weight, thrust, and drag. First, let's talk about lift. Lift is a force that pushes the airplane upward into the air. It is created by the airplane's wings. The wings are specially designed so that when air flows over and under them, it creates a difference in air pressure. The air moving over the top of the wing moves faster than the air below it. This pressure difference pushes the airplane upward. That upward push is called lift. Second, we have weight. Weight is a force caused by gravity pulling the airplane downward toward the earth. Everything that has mass experiences gravity, and airplanes are no exception. The heavier the airplane, the stronger the weight force pulling it down. Third is thrust. Thrust is the force that moves the airplane forward. It is produced by the airplane's engines. Jet engines push air backward very fast, and according to Newton's third law of motion, when air is pushed backward, the airplane is pushed forward. This forward movement allows air to flow over the wings and helps generate lift. Finally, there is drag. Drag is the force that slows the airplane down. It is caused by air resistance. As the airplane moves through the air pushes against it and tries to slow it down. For an airplane to fly successfully, these four forces must be balanced. Lift must be strong enough to overcome weight, and thrust must be strong enough to overcome drag. When lift is greater than weight, the airplane climbs higher. When weight is greater than lift, the airplane descends. When thrust equals drag, the airplane flies at a constant speed. Airplanes don't fall from the sky because their wings create lift, their engines provide thrust, and pilots carefully control these forces during flight. This amazing balance of physics is what allows airplanes to travel across countries and oceans safely. And that is the science behind why airplanes don't fall from the sky. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science explanations.
In the previous video, we talked about why airplanes don't fall from the sky and how forces like lift keep them flying. But airplanes are not the only vehicles that move using physics. Ships move across oceans and seas, carrying people, vehicles, and huge amounts of cargo. This brings an interesting question that if airplanes fly through the air and ships move through water, what is the physics difference between them? And another question many people ask is this: why are ships usually pointed or sharp? At the front, to understand this, we need to look at the physics behind how ships move in water and how airplanes move in air. Ships stay on the surface of the water because of an important physics principle called Archimedes' principle. This principle explains that when an object is placed in a fluid like water, it experiences an upward force called buoyant force. This force is equal to the weight of the water that the object pushes away, that if this upward force is equal to or greater than the weight of the object will float. This is why even very large ships made of heavy steel can float on water. The shape of the ship allows it to push away a large amount of water. Because of this, the water pushes the ship upward and keeps it floating. So the main physics concept that allows ships to stay on water is buoyancy. Now let's look at another interesting design feature of ships. Most ships are pointed or sharp at the front. This front part of a ship is called the bow. But why is it designed that way? When a ship moves through water, it must push water out of its way. water is much denser than air, which means it creates strong resistance that if the front of a ship were flat, it would hit a large amount of water at once. This would create a lot of resistance and make the ship move more slowly. It would also require more energy and fuel to move forward. To solve this problem, engineers design ships with a pointed front. This pointed shape helps the ship cut through the water smoothly. Instead of pushing water suddenly, the ship gradually moves the water aside. This reduces water resistance and allows the ship to travel more efficiently. Because of this design, ships can move across oceans while using less fuel and energy. Now let's compare this with airplanes. Airplanes move through the air using the science of aerodynamics. 4 main forces act on an airplane during flight. These forces are lift, weight, thrust, and drag. Lift is the force that pushes the airplane upward. Weight is the force of gravity pulling the airplane downward. Thrust is the forward force produced by the engines. Drag is the air resistance that slows the airplane down. Airplane wings are designed with a special curved shape. When air flows over the wings, it moves faster above the wing and slower below it. This difference in pressure creates lift, which pushes the airplane upward. When lift becomes greater than the weight of the airplane rises into the sky and stays in the air. So what are the main physics differences between ships and airplanes? First, they move in completely different environments. Ships move through water, while airplanes move through air. Second, they rely on different physics principles. Ships depend mainly on buoyancy to stay afloat. Airplanes depend mainly on lift and aerodynamics to fly. Another difference is resistance. Water resistance is much stronger than air resistance because water is denser than air. That is why ships usually move much slower than airplanes. A cargo ship may travel only a few dozen kilometers per hour, but a commercial airplane can travel more than 800 kilometers per hour. In summary, both ships and airplanes rely on physics, but they operate in very different environments. Ships float because of buoyant force, and their pointed front helps reduce water resistance. Airplanes fly because of lift and aerodynamic forces, and their wings are specially shaped to create lift. Thanks to physics and engineering, humans can travel across oceans using ships and across the sky using airplanes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science explanations.